a game that was a GCS Grand Final. Twice, actually. With the first GCS edition, this was the Grand Final and Infi took the championship. And then a year later, 120 made another run into the finals and then claimed his first World Championship versus Infi with a Animate Dead celebration. Anxiety, are you still here? If yes, we could get Teco versus 84 in Inferno Division 2 as a warm-up today. If you're ready at 7:30 p.m. I want that. I want that too. Nice, then we do that. Alright, Infi as Human Man. A rare sight. Usually reserved for just the Stars War. And look at the inventory. The Infi item DLC is still real. Infi was grinding Human in the weeks leading up to Stars War. And then at Stars War, losing the Human Mirror to Yumiko. Kinda losing his team the title. And usually after Stars War, like last year, where he did kind of the same with the Human grind, he is going back to Human. And that is really cool. Infi just has to be a Human player. He's the best at that. And look at him go. Sacrifices a few footmen for the greater good as the water elementals are still strong. Like, this is crazy. And 120 with Lich first. Which I really think is not his playstyle. Moving away more and more from DK Fiends again. Yeah, with these items, man, this is gonna be so obnoxious for 120. Lich is good too, but it's all about the expo. Infi got the expo up. Playing rather Fortitude-esque, I would say. And Water Elementals can do the job alone right now. Boom, there's the cancel. Boom, there's the footman. So, this is some donations by Infi. Get him. Yeah, yes. Was it yesterday? Where we saw 120? Yes, it was versus Lin. And we already saw him not being in the ultra best shape anymore. In like scene dominating shape. So I wonder if this continues here today. And he falls back into like S tier level. Inspired vs Lucy's played first. I guess we committed to this now. Thank you, Stoka. I mean, if you have the choice between 120 and Infi and Lucy and Inspired, then yeah, kind of sorry for the two, but 120 versus Infi. Especially Infi with Human. So 120 finally teching. Infi's tech is also... Oh, Infi's tech is rather late actually. Shoes on the other foot. No, Shoe is actually on both feet. For the first time, Lich is harassing. Ghoul Micro seems fine for a bit until it isn't. And in the meantime, oh, Infi with the staff. He's doing it again, isn't he? He's 20 mana short of a Water Elemental though. But yeah, he's doing it again. Archmage damage too good. So we're definitely gonna play this one base by 120 for a while, even though he gets another footman here. How's it looking with Infi? There's no mana anymore. Expo's still up. One tower got cancelled. And I think 120 has no way to respond to this. There's a Shredder now, like, yeah, okay, I lost a little bit. I might struggle with Lumber, but this normal damage is incredibly good. And I TP out in time before your Acolytes stab me more. And with that, it's a super late tech by 120 without an Expo against an even later tech by Infi, but with an Expo. Archmage didn't make much progress in the past because he was mostly focusing on buildings, but Lich is close to 5. If 120 wants to win, it has to be via Lich. To be honest, it would be quite tremendous if 120 wins this, given how often the expansions were cancelled. I said this before and I say it again. Infi to me, the greatest Warcraft player of all time. With my metrics. You can't dispute that. And you might have your own favorite. That's what the GOAT discussions are for. Here's level 5. And he does it again. Oh, Jesus. I might get my answer if one of negation and an expansion on tier 2 is actually good. And Lich might be level 5, but without Nova, without ghoul support. And against the Zeppelin Shredder. This is freaking rough. For 120. It really, really is. This is totally Infi's playstyle, man. Economic stability. Get further ahead. Poke, 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 poke. And 120 invested so much into this expo and it's never paying off. Like, this is horrible. Nicely controlled by Infi, who now... Look at the mana regen. What is this, like a water elemental every 10 seconds? It feels like it. Mountain King has arrived. I wouldn't like to work here, to be honest. The stench must be incredible. But yeah, few players found such a great balance with human in the early and mid game than Infi did. Between defense and attacks and economy and tech. Even got a potion here. And yeah, you can throw all the coil Nova you want, but it's only level 1 coil and it's not enough mana for a Nova. And our current reigning B-Cup champion is in dire straits. I mean, he still didn't show his best strategy, I would say. But he's getting pummeled front to back. Griffin's now... I wonder if the Stars War loss triggered Infi a little and he wants to show the world. Or if this is just like a... Because this match was supposed to be at Stars War. Wonder if they play it to make up for it, kind of. But yeah, we've seen Fortitude vs 120 a couple of times recently, and at Stars War 120 had immense trouble getting rid of 40, and in the Fairy Dragon Cup 120 was just levels above, and here is Infi making it look like child's play. Still 0 XP.
Player's forces are under attack.
Got the turtle at the perfect time. Knights are out. Couple of gyros. There's one Garg against the Zeppelin. A bit of nuke against the Knights, but they're all so tanky. Kingdom for a heal scroll now. These Novas are great, let's be honest. With Dark Ritual too, but that also means that he doesn't have Frost Armor. So there's no real way to stop the Mountain King and Knights. And Infi is in an ultra comfortable situation. No Destroyer Bust, there's just no resource for it. It's a bit of a weird production. Like, one Workshop, one Rax, one Griffin Aviary. So Infi definitely doesn't have the economy that he wants to have. And Dark Ranger now. Cannon Tower up against Ghoul Run-bys. And Infi's levels are getting better and better and better. Super tanky MK. Like, if 1-0 doesn't break this, and let's be honest, he has 40 food, how is he supposed to break this? Then Infi is just straight up gonna win this. Gyro flank. Fiends annihilated. Thank you, Infi, for not rushing the Knight upgrade. Which is not worth it until very, very late in the game. And 1-0 playing without Banshee, I don't think he has the economy to go for it, right? Usually he started to appreciate Banshees a lot more. But in this game there's just no time, no resources for it. Nice little engagements here. Good retreat with the statues. Also, Infi always trying to attack the statues when you can. This is something that we've seen a couple of times recently, and it's just very effective. It is fascinating that 1-0 is still alive. He's limping. He might miss a lag, but he's still trying. And we got Dark Ritual level 3. So here we go. The sky is blocked by gyros. He's doing a fine job controlling these knights, given that he doesn't have frost armor. So it's basically only Nova. And all Infi has to do is hold. Hold! But yeah, valiant effort by 1-0. We've seen him, if he's like in that kind of mood, we've seen him tap out early. That is not the case here. You gotta fight to the last breath. But I mean, this game derailed so quick. This game kind of derailed when the Archmage found the Sobi mask. And then Infi played amazing timings over and over and over. 1-0 also quite a bit stubborn, I gotta say. constantly expanding in the north, trying to expand in the north. No solutions to these water elementals. And then at some point we're at human tier 3. And then what do you do when you don't have the economy to support banshees? The late game between these two races, factions, whatever, can look incredibly one-sided. In both ways, actually. That's the fascinating thing. So yeah, super nice to see it. 1-0 still. Like, if you have a Lich level 6, you know how powerful you can be. But now Mountain King is 3. And Infi just hammers away. He could actually give the Sobi Mask to the Mountain King. Do even more damage. So yeah, good effort 1-0. Finally getting the second spell on the Dark Ranger. On this situation, on one basis. I've been there in my ladder games. It's like half the MMR. But it's the same. It's kind of the same. You feel hopeless. You feel like I still, maybe if he gives me one moment, I can punish that. But Infi flexing with the knight. Oh, 1-0 also with a beautiful Invo potion. But this might be the hammer falling on 1-0. Aww. Dude, Infi flexing his non-existent muscles. Love to see it, dude. Thank you for being back to human. You're so good when you're human. You are so freaking good when you're human. And isn't this last sequence there? Isn't this like a prime example of why Warcraft 3 is the best game? Just one body block, the hero focus, the invo potion while dodging a spell. And that was a game that was supposed to be over, and we still got that moment of excitement.
120 should have done a worm rash.
Okay. Nice. Thank you, Micro Jordan, for the 38 month. I don't know if this is like best of 3, 5, whatever. But Infi off to a hot start. Oh, there's one game not on Flow TV. So I gotta do this via client. Oh, wow. You apparently liked that comment or didn't. I don't know. I mean, who am I to talk, right? Just tiny little arms as well. So I got the Flow TV game because the next game is Lost Temple. And this is particularly interesting since 1-0 played the last and deciding map against Fortitude at Stars War on Lost Temple, and he decided to go for Crypt Lord, and that failed. And now is he playing that again? Oops, I copied the wrong thing. Judging from his latter games, Infi only has to figure out the matchup versus Night Elf, and then he's all set. I mean, I've seen very strong Rifle Blood Mage pushes. That should solve that problem. Clown emoji, Hawk vs. Pato, clown emoji. So here we go. The first time they play on this patch, and it is absolutely lovely to see Infi back. How will he do when he doesn't have a Sobi mask early? That's the question. 1 to 0 0. Infi 1. Is there a goal for the consecutive streaming days? Nope. We'll just see where we're going. And Infi with close spawn to a 1-2-0 Lost Temple start. So, question now. Dreadlord, Lich, DK, or Crypt Lord? It's definitely going to be an expansion. Look at the altar position. Crypt Lord again, trying to prove a point. Infi with a lucky spawn. Being far away from his opponent. Crypt Lord. Again, I have to praise 1-2-0's versatility. Lots of different openers. Some work better on some maps. And let's expand then. Ooh. Not an easy situation for 1-2-0. After that disastrous map 1. Finding yourself, like, can we fix the spawns on Lost Temple? Wait, let me put that in the group. Can we fix the spawns on LT so it's always cross position? Or is that for some reason not wanted? Okay. Infi scouted pretty much the entire thing. The entire map. And now they meet. Both with lots of summons. Impale. Surround. Oh, got it. Got it. And closes it again after the skeleton expires. Well done, 1-2-0. In the meantime, figured out that there's an expansion. Obviously, it's not that hard to guess.
Forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
Trades a beetle for a peasant. Okay. Mana sustain. Oh man, this Archmage is in a world of trouble. We only have 5 units. Gonna be hard to delay. To surround. So the focus swaps to all the workers. And as long as 1-2-0 is not getting trapped here by the million-foot-minute militia, this is breakfast for 1-2-0. Oh, just finished. But this is super, mega, uber expensive. And another footman. Total disaster for Infi on map 2. At least he's getting closer to level 3. Nice deny. Probably did the quick math and said, like, do I want to impale? Do I want to chase? Yeah, look at all the corpses. Look at the Crypt Lord. He got level 2 from here, like pretty precisely level 2. And then he got an entire level on it. Like, he's just farming Infi. Nobody goes to the temple really, except for healing, like no creeping, just pure out aggression.
Under attack.
Weird spawns make Lost Temple interesting. I mean, I can see that for ladder, but for higher stake tournaments, there should be a force cross spawn version at least, in my opinion. At the very least, if not always force cross spawn.
A player's
All the other maps are force cross spawn. Why not this? Impale? Oh, he wants level 3. Ooh, if Infi denies that, that's expensive.
a town is under siege.
So off we go. More ghoul harass onto the tower to keep the floodgates open. And Infi is starting to hold here. His tech is running as well. 1-0, of course, far ahead. I gotta say, he's getting some value out of these trades. I don't absolutely hate Infi's position anymore.
A player's forces are under attack.
And this is the first real counterattack. So 1-0, are you ready? Level 2 water elementals. There's tower. Zzz, one is coming up. This could be painful actually,
Under siege.
as the ghouls are already hurt. Can he even... Oh, he can only pull 2. The rest is half dead already. Alright. Let's see where this goes. If he slaughters acolytes now, it's not the end of the world because the tech is finished, but it's definitely lower income. And again, the water elemental timing. I mean, is it really a timing? It's more of a huge window. But Infi finding that value.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Ghouls at least healthy again, but this slaughterhouse, I don't see the brightest future with the water elemental coming in. It has a lot of HP and gets a lot of HP per second. But Infi did damage and is starting to catch up. Double Griffin Aviary, Mountain King, 2 bases running flawlessly right now.
A player's forces are under attack.
And we are approaching the temple finally. Production by 1-0 is for now not really existent, except fiends, I guess. With 2 base, you gotta go for banshees.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, double slaughterhouse first, of course, but afterwards.
A town is under siege.
Infi's getting some value. Book of the Dead in the absence of destroyers. Gold. No TP. Book of the Dead. Surround the Grand Impale. Trying to free his way, but can't coil the book. He goes Death Pact to save himself, but the hammer falls again. Mountain King is surrounded too. We get huge AoE. Nuke. No way. He fights his way out with Death Pact. He needed to stay alive here. 100%. And there was no other option, right? There was no TP. There was no staff. Oh man, and hopefully he can make use of that fountain now. And now tier 3 is up. Griffins coming. Upgrades coming. Lich. Lots of fiends. Ooh, that kneecapped this Mountain King quite a bit. But yeah, we've seen at Stars War how important a high level aura is. For 1-0 especially, you went aura 3 over coil 3. Might have been a misclick, we'll never know. But it definitely helped in kiting games. This is now non-existent. We always complain about, oh, human armies are so slow, human armies are so slow. But this is a lot more even now. Still, solid firepower on 1-0. Infi can't contest this anymore, but needs to take some risks to get the Mountain King up to snuff. Lots of healing with Death Pact and the Scarabs. Yeah! But aura's always better. Always, 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 always. So that's now an interesting question. Like, it's probably tempting to go 1-1-1. He just abandons the Mountain King. What an egoistic prick this Archmage is. Just leaves his homies to die. And big attack. Very, very, very few towers. Atypical situation. For Infi, Mountain King finds himself almost surrounded by fiends. Perfect opportunity for a clap, of course. Hero nuke! And that's the MK Dead. Man, things derailed quickly after that Book of the Dead surround. It was supposed to be a winning move by killing that DK and take the healing away. But it stopped all progress for 1-0. Militia coming in. The timing is delayed. Griffins are being slaughtered. Same for the peasants. And with no towers here, Infi can't hide. This death row push hits like a truck. We got level 3 beetles. That is, of course, a lot of healing on the DK if he starts to eat them. And if he can't catch up, like, these Griffins are just getting wrecked left and right. Main base in shambles. But yeah, should have done the TP earlier to unite your army. And now it's just game. And 1-0 strikes back. GG. That was risky. Put all eggs into the basket of this one push. But 1-0. With the worst spawn. Going through here. It was an amazing harass towards Infi's expansion. And from there on out, it was incredibly hard. Oops. Wrong score. It was incredibly hard for Infi to come back. Then a couple of unfortunate situations in the middle. And then this is how the cookie crumbles. And we got game 3. This could be the last map. I'm not sure if it's best of 3 or best of 5. I think it's best of 5. So let's go. Gotta close the window real quick and then we dive into this. 1-1. What a blast from the past. 9 years ago, they had this fierce rivalry. Best of 9? Really? Are you just guessing? Are you hoping? Do we have any relatable... It is best of 5? Can I trust you, Floduke? I don't know. I don't know who to trust anymore. It is a Lich again. Full best of 5. Alrighty. I trust you, Floduke. You better not be wrong. And Lich Expo again. This failed so massively on Tidehunters. They wanted to just play it better. I'm gonna permaban Fluduk if he's wrong. Thank you, Stefan. Wonderful. So with this information, this time it's a way different inventory for Infi. Instead of Subi Mask and Mantle, we get Pariap and Ring. Not saying that's bad, but Subi Mask, like, it's unparalleled. And here we go. Onto the Ziggurat. Water Elemental's only level 1. So he's trying to hit as fast as he can. Maybe even... Can he creep at the same time? Not really, right? So, while map 1 was rather 40-esque, map 2 is rather Sock-esque. With delayed level 3 early pressure instead of level 3 late pressure. Did he calculate this correctly? Ooh, that Lich is hurt already. No way he gets the cancel! Oh, unreal. Sick calculation by Infi. And the Lich is hurt. At least the Acolytes are still there, but... That's a free expo.
A player's forces are under attack.
Infi knows best. Okay, now we grind. 1-0 needs to find a way to come back. It has to be via Lich, it has to be via levels. 2 footies enough? It certainly looks like it with no narrow pier. It's a juicy target for a Nova, which just got level 2, and that's why Infi is splitting already. Nice attention to detail. Alf! Thank you for the 35 month. Oh no! So close! So close! But this is so much damage done. Archmage, Water Elemental, gets out of the surround. Cancel number 2. What a roller coaster for 120. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, this is hype. But how are you getting back into this now if you're 120? The expo is up. Infi is teching at 5 minutes 35. And he's under pressure again. God damn, he shows the people again how to play this matchup. Not innovative. Of course, other humans have done this before. But there's a special aura over Infi maneuvering the human army. And there I say it, and he's losing 2 footies out of 3, but 3rd expo cancel. And I mean, this is kind of like we used to seeing with Lich openers. I don't know if 120 wants to prove a point or something.
A player's forces are under attack.
That this still works. We proclaimed it dead. He already showed us that it can work at times. But in general, it is still the lackluster strategy, and I'm so curious. Like, 120's DK Fiends is so good. And I really wonder why he's not displaying that in these show matches. It's kind of a theme. Like in tournaments, in bigger tournaments, he plays Ted Fiends or 120 Fiends. In show matches, he never does. Maybe he doesn't want to give people too much game tape or whatever the reason could be. Maybe it's just to stay flexible. Boom. Okay, this was good damage, but was it enough? It did buy time for the expo. But no mana here. Infi blasting through his water elementals as always. Panda! For real, for real. Okay, dude. Show me. Show me how it's done. He can burn a lot of these ghouls. But the liability is Archmage still not 3. Panda's getting not surround, the water elementals are blocking here. I like that actually. Panda's very tanky naturally with lots of HP. So better the ghouls are attacking the panda than the footies for now. Or the water elementals. But yeah, Panda, despite the ring, is dead. Town port may be a little too late. So early Panda pressure? Not a fan. He got acolytes, but it's easy to replace. He did buy time for the tier 3 as well. Nice to see the user I am Panda being so excited, and then 2 minutes later, ... Ultra aggro Infi. Here the workshops already a bit different than Tidehunters. He's facing a high level Lich again, but an under level DK again, as it was before. It's still a lot about cleaning this up. It's not even footman defend. This is just regular footman. Panda being benched is of course not ideal. He got level 3 Archmage. It's fine. I kinda worry about the longevity of this strategy though. Second crypt now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Since it's Infi, he could double down on AoE like with Blizzard. Loves Blizzard. And Economy Harass is the name of the game by now, until the army is up and he's working on it. Tanks! Ah, the Northern Isles classic. Not as bad as Tide Hunters by any means, but still a worrying situation for 120. How do you get the DK to levels? How does the game look when he gets level 2 and can pick Unholy Orb? As we're cleaning the middle and we share him. More tanks in production. Infi, always been a fan of towers and tanks. And 120 seems ready. Dreadlord, I like that. Fight AoE with more AoE. Nova Carrion Swarm versus maybe Blizzard Breath. And since Dreadlord hits mechanical units, that's pretty damn good. Gotta pat myself on the back for making the balanced suggestion that Carrion Swarm can hit mechanical. It was wonderful.
Player's forces are under attack.
Humans love me for that. But otherwise, imagine you had no Carrion Swarm against this. Steals the big healing away, sleep comes in, TP out, more XP, rotating footman out. This is of course some sweet XP. And close to level 2 on the DK, there we go. Is this Infi the same with the latest drama? That is exactly it. Drama in quotes, I guess. Ooh, knights around big. But these ghouls, man, I worry about their longevity. Once the panda is 3, there's no chance. Sweet! Surround by 120. Sleep again. What a sequence! Gets a knight and the pally out of nowhere. Dreadlord already paying off, but I got a feeling that there's a bigger threat here in the north. Towers were there. 4 tanks! 6 tanks! He didn't see them coming, so Infi, well, he sacrificed some units. This, of course, fits the panda as well. I didn't even mention it. Breath of Fire and tanks, so much building damage. He just arrives, raises hell, and might leave afterwards. Expo down, 120, supply blocked. Oh boy. He had a blind eye on the left-hand side. And Infi punishes it hard. That's one way to kill an Expo. 6 tanks. No attack upgrade, but rather Sundering Blades. That is because the blacksmith is busy right now. That's a cool usage, right? Of Sundering Blades. Like, if the blacksmith is busy, with armor upgrades. You basically get 1 attack upgrade via Sundering Blades. So I like that. While I criticized it before, I like that. And Griffins are there too. Oh, sick, 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 sick. Yeah, and now the question, what do you do against Griffins? Like, they're fiends. Okay, they're getting fried. There's no Banshee tech. And the levels for 120 just aren't there. Levels aren't there, tech isn't there. And that was clearly a moment where he wasn't ready for. Oh man! From killing the Pally and the Knight in the middle and feeling ultra good to 6 tanks arriving at your expo when you have no wagons and not enough fortification. Nuts. And now the Acolytes are suffering here as well. Reposition. Classic Infi. The classiest Infi. Classicist? Vintage. Vintagist Infi. Mass murder in the main. Just keeping 120 busy here as again, tanks are there. How are you supposed to answer? Oh! Wait, it was a trade. Oops, I kind of missed that. When? How? Did I see this? Yes? Boys, I need vacation. Before the TP, he got it. I need vacation. Okay, one base, one base. But Infi is so far ahead, man. And you still need to rebuild all the ziggurats as well. Is there a chance to bring this back? Like 120 clearly needs some XP. Like 3-3 is a must.
A player's forces.
Vintage Neocast. Like jolly, full of praise, enthusiasm. That's what everybody loves. Panda 3, okay. Levels by Infi are tremendous. Hard to counter Griffins without casters. Three units about to die here. If only he could get that coil. Where were you when the wall fell? Nice reference, I like. 18,000 damage on the ledge. And it might not be enough. If 120 has a chance here, it goes via ledge. Dreadlord in trouble, and again, he's praying for that coil level 2. There we go. That might keep the Dreadlord in play. But yeah, the lack of stuff caused by all the Ziggurat kills and Necropolis kills. And now, that's all he got. A fiend, a statue, and some heroes. Tanks still raging, no wagon at all against them, which would have been nuked easily by Griffins anyway in this situation. DK makes it out alive, but it remains true, dude. If the human cancels the undead expansion early game, or ideally multiple times, then it is incredibly rough to come back from, especially when the human is able to surprise you, like Infi did. Oftentimes the Warcraft match is rather centric. The entire army is with the units. Oh. But Infi found a way around it. And not even this is working anymore. 51 food. Not that easy to build a big army again for Infi. Is Dreadlord... Is this the turnaround? 533? I mean, it's half the supply. If 120 wins this, it's a testament of strength to the tri-hero combo Lich DK Dreadlord. But how are they supposed to overcome? Nice, Holy Light in time, perfectly. Yeah, you gotta outmaneuver the human with bigger movement speed, but without mana. Archmage, staff is ready. No TP on Infi though. And only one more Holy Light, but that Holy Light might soon be used on the DK.
Under siege.
Both players fighting hard for that second map.
A player's forces are under attack.
Can he create a miracle here? Or will Infi just recover at some point? Pretty rich right now. But this was also a lot of roaming without the Brilliance Aura. Comparison, 1300, 600. 700 more gold in 120. No lumber though. Did he donate all the ghouls away? I know he got 2. But without Banshee. I also like that Infi is diversifying the hero army composition. Against the Mountain King, anti-magic shell would be a no-brainer and you'd always want it. But against Breath of Fire, when there's less single target, it would be a super nice bonus. But is it necessarily a must? Or can you just opt for heal scrolls instead? If he would ever be able to afford them. Yeah, 120 needs a Matrock versus King Crimson performance here. Endurance are up, definitely the better find for 120. Doubling down on movement speed. Infi is on 51 for a long time. Mains are empty. Or main is empty. What is 120 doing with 1,000 gold? He still has no lumber. Gargoyles now. Statue gone. And that the lack of statues is a bit worrying if you're an undead fan. Nova hits well, but there's also staffs. 2 staffs. One was used already to be able to save the pally. Damage output versus knights is fine. Where is 120's army? He's mining out too. Still at 700 gold. Love that Infi is containing the shop. If he knows the resource of 120, this is the perfect move. That's the last bit of gold. And Infi's Expo is up again. Archmage nuke, Breath of Fire, level 4. This is just getting worse and worse and worse for 120. Infi can just turtle. And Infi loves to turtle. 30,000 damage on the Lich is not enough for this game as we turn it around. DK under fire, Dreadlord under fire, and the army for Infi is just growing. One to 0 can't follow with another base. Ooh, okay. We're adding gyros now as a counter to the one last hurrah. One Destro push.
A player's forces are under attack.
And off we go. There's no way. Level 4 DK. Gyros are coming in. Lich in trouble. DK at 50%. If he takes out the statues, there shouldn't be a way, because without mana, you're just lost as an undead! Baptized and grilled, down goes the Lich. He was the carry, and Infi takes map number 3. Claims match points for himself. G to the G. Yeah, pretty similar to what we've seen before, right? Archmage, Water Elemental, early pressure. This was so close, though, when it comes to canceling expos. And then the tanks. The tanks were a genius move by Infi to get this one done. So, can 1-0 tie it up? Or will Infi come out of human retirement with the win over one of the players who dominated the scene the most? And is Lich maybe not what you want anymore? That's the question. If you like what we do for 199 consecutive days, feel free to check out backtowarcraft.com/support. We are very, very thankful for every single sub, for every single membership, for every single dono and merch order, and of course, the Patreon. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. And now we'll see if Infi can close this out and win the match. Or if we get a deciding game 5. Echo Wilds it is! Infi human. What a sight to behold! Are we getting another top class human into the scene? Back into the scene, one may say. And what's 1-2-0's plan? Echo Wilds it is. Should be a Crypt Lord. It is. Similar to what we've seen on Lost Temple. Both maps just crying for expansions. And then we have a 2-base game. We can't play with mercenaries on this map, of course. That is the first map, right? Northern Isles, no mercs. Tide Hunters, no mercs. Lost Temple, no mercs. And no steel. Always a bit hard to see. 1-0. Trying to get a bit ahead. Trying to start the Haunted as fast as possible. And skipping the mercenary camp while still getting the Dispel. And having Dispel against Water Elementals is... not saying game winning, but it's a huge support. The old... Oh, lightning shield. Woo, that's not good. The old version of Echo Owls is so much better. What's the difference? That guy is a clown. Nobody thinks the old Echo Owls version is better. The new version has everything the old Echo Owls has, plus a third mine. That is the stalemate breaker and the last point of contention. Plus it has no dead ends here, because this path is connected to this path. And so you're not getting trapped. And it has a creep camp here and here to fill the middle a bit more. Everything else is the same. Everybody thinks that old Echo Owls was better, is a clown. This is one of the best revamps a map has ever gotten. Ovi, what's up, dude? Hope you had a lovely, lovely stream. And this time, Infi is not really able to move across, right? So this expo comes up without being contested. Levels are looking similar. Crypt Lord is super tanky. Maybe he talks about the first version with the 3 fountains. Well, then he's even more of a clown. Hawk sent me a funny gift, by the way. Gotta show it to you. Hopefully I remember after the game. Not that emoji. No, 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 not that one. Not the Neo Clown. So now...
A player's forces are under attack.
We're attacking each other again, but Expo is up. Since the building is up, it got an armor type, and it can't be cancelled that easy anymore. And we're attacking the human base with lots of stuff. Still, we got level 2 water elementals, but this is the last one. Infi also with the claw. Fine. Mass mercs on both sides. Is that a surround? It absolutely is. Berserker falling is mass XP, but also the Shadow Priest being gone. Both Shadow Priests probably sniped. On the other side, 120 doesn't have ghouls anymore, so no firepower against buildings really. This was a bloody exchange for both of them. Trading XP to get up to higher levels. For level 2 Impale, level 2 Brilliance Aura. And Infi's looking fine. Now, but on the other side, 120 also in a dictating position, I would say. The Crypt Lord, I said it, tanky as hell. Can stand there for a long time, but without mana, without beetle support, that's a bit problematic. Relatively 50-50. Does a town portal cost mana to use? Nope. Just gotta have it in your inventory. Ooh, another Berserker. This is getting more and more expensive by 120. He's also rich. But this is all mercs dead, isn't it? Except, I mean, this one. Can you call it alive? I'm not too sure. Infi looking strong. It would be such a statement to take out 120 this early. After coming back to human. And a nice little redemption for Stars War as well. Showmatch 120 is always a little different from Tournament 120. So of course we have to take it with a grain of salt, but Infi is looking scary. For like 4 weeks of human practice after not playing human for 3-ish years. With some exceptions in between. Yo, this is not far away from world-class level. That being Sock 1 to Sock and 40. I can't see who got that. New Mercs, super expensive, but you need it against the Water Elementals, otherwise they wreck everything. We get more Fiends, who are also more tanky. We get more experience, and the Trolls are coming in. This is... Oh, wait. Can he... force the big invul? Stutter stepping 1 to 0. He is known as a Dota player.
Players' forces are under attack.
So that stutter stepping was sweet. Still forced him into the invul. That's a big loss. Would love to have that in the fight. And the Trolls do what Trolls do. Mountain King second. 1000 gold. Double racks. Tier 3 on the way. A rather meta build, I would say. As he's not jumping into triple workshop immediately, but rather triple racks. Heavy on knights then.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is he banking on the fact that 1 to 0 has not played a single Banshee this season? Because then knights are terrifying. What is your got item? Infi got XP. Thank you, Fabi. For once you're helpful and not antagonistic. But of course we don't have mountain giants here, so... why would we fight? I like that Infi varies his strategies. Both players. Big time. Yesterday, we had the Fairy Dragon Cup Grand Final between 1 to 0 and Lin. And there are also 4 different strategies. Pick your battles wisely. I know I'm gonna win them against you, so I can pick any battle I want. But for you, yeah, that's of course true. This is gonna be some sick production on Infi's side. We can one-on-one anytime. Ah, you know, my mouse is a bit buggy at the moment, and one of my keys is kind of stuck. Also, and one of my fingers hurt a bit. So at the moment it's bad. At the moment it's a bad timing. A little bit of a distraction push. Ooh, another Knights around. We've seen that before. Backfiring hard. But he gets that Knight. He gets level 2. Fiend damage output is good. Unlike Lucy, Fiends are not in the front row. And this is a very good, and this is a bit of an anti-timing to push before tier 3. Lich, not great. No, not great. Destroyer up. Coil a little too late due to the Holy Light. Wonderful timing by Infi. And a bit hesitant maybe on 1 to 0's side. But that's also level 5 Crippy. And the Lich will be back in no time. So many Fiends.
Forces are under attack.
Can the gyros carry this? We have Web. So if you keep the Destroyer in a favorable position, this should be fine as the armies are not reuniting. Impale, alrighty. We need some extraordinary kiting by 1 to 0. He doesn't have a town portal. He can't get out. And the Mountain King gets 3. Oh my god. He walked into a trap. And he is getting punished hard for it. Big retreat for 1 to 0. And a crazy amount of exit kills as well by calling Militia. Who not having a TP hurt?
A player's force forces are under attack.
Ooh, sweet multi-kill. Doesn't matter though. There. Oh yeah, it does. There is no shredder on this map. So lumber workers are actually important. Lich back. Still so many knights. The double AoE is sweet. We do have a staff, but only one. Holy Light is available. Gyrocopter is useless. And despite the Lich arriving, this is still relatively easy to catch up. DK. He's just going for the throat. We have a lost temple situation again with the DK and the Mountain King. Fiend shots are not disconnecting. Never are. 8 HP. But the ghoul. No way. Oh, Mountain King. 6 city. He's alive. The great escape. What a save by Infi. In the meantime, lost a couple of units, of course. Ooh, oh my god, these guys. And the knight was on duty. Trying to outrun a frenzy ghoul is not easy though. A-bomb's coming as a transition. That Mountain King needs some healing, boy. He needs a drink. That dwarf needs a drink.
The town is under siege.
Firing on all cylinders now. We get more damage of knights versus fiends. And intercepting again. Still no TP. These impales are a sight to behold. And A-bombs serve not as mana potions now, so just for fighting. Knights trying to get as close to fiends as possible because they basically insta-gip them at this point. Do people still know what insta-gip is? Is that still a thing? I know it was in the 2000s, but maybe I should update that. Banger match. Now we get the temples. First time in this show match that Infi will be facing banshees. Insta what? Instagram?
A player's forces
Okay.
are under attack.
Okay, I see how it is. You newbies. You probably didn't even watch Fatality in his prime. And you call yourself esports fan.
A player's forces are under attack.
Next fight, before Banshees. Infi is hitting a sharp timing. Mana is looking solid as well. Where's the carry? For 1-2-0, it's not that Lich, is it? Invul Potion once again last second. That Mountain King is dealing tons and tons of damage. And where's the saving grace? Temples are ready, but he still needs to produce these Banshees. Seeking shelter in his own base behind the Nerups. That will help. But these Water Elementals, how do you chew through 1650 HP? The Hydro homies. Such a great support. MK stands there like a vanguard. Acolytes are not great in that fight. Needs a staff soon. Needs a Holy Light. Impale. Ooh, maybe could have impaled the staff. But there were two. And 1-2-0. This Banshee transition might have been a little bit too late. Even Gyros are coming in against that Destroyer. And so they do serve a purpose. Pally level 3 as well. How are you supposed to get out now? With another counter to another unit. The Tri-Hero combo is still up. Not all of them in the fights, but look at the discrepancy. That Archmage is just running there, standing tall, looking fine, has a TP on the other side. DK praying. Lich also Normal damage, so good versus heroes, and that's of course one of the big upsides. But 1-0 keeps them all alive. Infi damage is done. 40 food as 1-0 again, as we've said plenty of times before. Again, didn't produce during the fight.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now Infi, dude, like, how is he supposed to lose this game? How? There needs to be infinite possession. And then maybe... But we are far, 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 far from possession. And now the knights are here. Mass teleport as well. Oh, this is so sick. At least we got anti-magic, but... This feels rough. We are just waiting for the guillotine to snap, the hammer to fall. Stormbolt, DK, dead. The B-Cup champion gets eliminated by Infi. Or at least killed by Infi. Tremendous performance, man. But 1-0, this is a bit on you. Exposing your main army in front of the human base while not going for a crazy strong timing push without a TP. That hurt. And Infi just wins this clean 3-1. Even on the 1-2-0 pick. He was... I think 1-2-0 was in a very good spot there for a long time. And then he blew it. So from what we know, this is the last match coming up. Oh my god. On Reddit, I joined a conversation with what I expect to be a troll. There was some guy in Warcraft Champions who took some time to find matches. And this guy comes in saying, controversial, but why split an already dead community? Games on live support, taking players to a new platform and making it less friendly for new entrants seems like a shot in the foot. I said, because Warcraft 3 Champions is superior in every way. For example, I can count your wins and losses correctly, and it does not constantly, it's not constantly unusable. And this guy comes in saying, what do you think will happen if 60% of the player base isn't on some wacky third-party platform? Yes, Warcraft 3 client would have been fixed by now. I don't know how these people exist. I don't understand this. What a delusional fool. This is what you get. We move on to the victory lap of Infi. The four-race king, the golden boy, back with the humans, back at the top of the scene. He is sending a statement. I want to double down again that 1-0 did not show his best strategies in this match. The Tet Fiends, 120 Fiends, made no appearance here. So always take this with a grain of salt, this result. It is still a very impressive play by Infi. To be able to hang and outperform one of the best players in the scene, Doif, thank you for the sub, is impressive.
A player's forces are under attack.
And it's a Crippy again. Is it another expansion heavy thing? I can only assume it's like prize money per map win. So let's see what we get here. It's a skull, it's an expo, and it's a human, so it's double expo. And here the pendulum swings harder than almost on all other maps. Very similar to Titans, actually. So far, Infi always found a way to threaten that expo, but if 120 plays a little more similar to Echo Owls, Hollow Man CFC, thank you very much for the sub. If 120 cleans up his game a little bit, this will be even closer than it already was. But Infi gathers good information, is in a good spot. Oh my god! Oh my god! That inventory! Did you see that? Claw, circled mantle. GG. It's plus 18. The Infi item DLC strikes again. Oh my god.
A town is under siege.
Good luck with that 120. Yeah, he needs exactly that. Impale surround. To be honest, no way he stabs. Oh, he just stabs and stays in the fight because of course he got a stab. Kills the Acolyte, kills the Expo. This is so much time. You got a tech now. He's not teching. How sick to have a staff that early. In anticipation of that Impale surround. To have a solution for that Impale surround. Oi, 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 oi. A disaster for 120. He can trade now. But what's he really trading for? Infi needs some HP on an Archmage, but there's no mana, so he doesn't have Impale to fear. And his base is under attack, it's alright, but it's just peasants. And there will be a shredder, so lumber peasants are disposable anyway. Old Archmage Arsonist is just burning every single ghoul to a crisp.
A player's forces are under attack.
Now we can heal. Now there's more stability. 1-0 does a good job in pressuring Infi into this position. And with all the losses, you gotta make sure to clean this up and push 1-0 back. And you can't afford any split footies, which would have been amazing here.
Player's forces are under attack.
Actually, 1-0 is doing superb. Dealing with the cards he's been given.
A town is under siege.
Love the beetle. But this is also level 4. This is a tremendous effort. Maya Lemon 5-5. Thank you for the prime. So Infi is halfway to the tech, similar-ish to 1-0. Mass repair. Oh, I don't know if he can keep this up. With another Water Elemental he may, but the Archmage has to run. The Archmage, who's the major damage dealer, 2k damage more than the counterpart, and he is keeping this up, and he is stabilizing. And now we got this. But it's 2 base, 2 base. This was only 1 cancel. This was a lot of kills. This was an entire level. Tower repair rate, by the way.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wonder if 1-0... Ah, can steal the shredder, but I mean, not steal, but delay the shredder. Infi needs lumber for sure. So this has been a lot of items, a lot of repair, a lot of peasants. Infi isn't rich. Can still afford the shredder and can still afford the zap, and this will be the next problem in this game for 1-0.
A player's forces are under
And
attack.
Infi is the one to dictate the mid and late game now. What unit combo? What hero combo? Definitely tier 3, of course. We don't have a blacksmith yet. We don't have too many towers yet. Just quote unquote a rush tier 3. So he's trying to position himself a little more aggressive. It's the panda play again. Okay, then I guess we can calculate some tanks in, right? This is almost a surrounded Crypt Lord. Burns him, no TP, no shop, more breath. Fried Beetle Boy. Oh my. He just... As if he flipped the switch, dude. Level 3 water elementals. This panda push is amazing. It didn't necessarily work too well on Northern Isles, but here, paired with a level 5 Archmage, with the Crypt Lord being stuck, with Water Elementals level 3 and a Scroll of the Beast, this is deadly. Beetle back. Level 2 on the panda just from this push alone. He sold a claw for that, but I think this is a sacrifice. This is a sacrifice you do. You take. Tremendous decision making by Infi. Nobody does this. Oh, Fiend's falling. It's so expensive. And there's the follow-up. Oh, it's triple Rex again. I was so sure that this is tanks into something again.
Players' forces are under attack.
But it's knights into gyros. Very classic. Because 1-0 had so many expenses now, and he still has to catch up. That there's no banshees possible, right? 12,000 damage out. Ah, another kill. This Archmage does whatever he wants.
Are under attack.
Not even grammatically correct. 1 hour, the audacity. Oh, that is the company that would have fixed the vanilla Warcraft 3 multigame remote if not for War 3 Champions, according to Reddit. It's all War 3 Champions' fault. These bastards.
Players' forces are under attack.
How are you coming back into this? 1-0 has 800 gold. That's quite a bit. And he's going into temples a lot earlier than before. Must have seen that this is knights. But Infi says, okay, let's just chill. Let's just level. And let's see what we can do. Jeremy, 1070. Thank you for your prime. There's a lot of single subs today. I like. 1-0, 1-0. Bit of a rough day to be a 1-0 fan, that's for sure. But you ate well the past couple of weeks. Will Infi give him the time to go banshees?
A player's forces are under attack.
Boneyard! No way! You know what? Why the heck not? It's a show match. Already lost. There is resources. You're up against a lot of knights. There's no Mountain King. There is no Griffin Aviary. If this stays hidden... To be honest, it's in a pretty prominent place. But if this stays hidden... Let's see how this works. 3.5 heroes then by 1-0. He still needs a lot of time and a lot of resources. Infi wants to scout, but it's not allowed. Ooh, snap. We talked about worms earlier today.
Players' forces are under attack.
And saying that it's not feasible. Different matchup though. And Infi goes blindly into mortars, which is horrible. No. Wait. Did he cancel it? Oh no, he cancelled it! He cancelled it! Ah! I got so excited.
Are under attack.
I got so excited. Maybe he has grid keys and mixed up shop with Boneyard. With that, you gotta run now! Panda is a bit behind enemy lines, being nuked fast. But of course there's a Holy Light. By how much though? Lots and lots of Banshees. The mortar shots look very fine. Panda, Holy Light, a little bit too late with the Impaler. Risen triggers the Ankh, and the mortar shots, dude, are a thing of beauty. Holy Light for a sniper as well. Lich needs a coil. 5-3-3 versus 5-3-2. Paladin is making some progress as well. Bro, I cannot... Like, these mortars, MVP in that fight. MVP. Every single mortar shot was tremendous. Where did he scout?
A player's force
Huh. Yeah, you gotta snipe these mortars ASAP. Dude, the fact that 1-0 is alive against this Archmage and this pressure this early is insane. So, third base is up. Usually the win condition, and the mortars are in such a safe spot for now. You need to impale Coil Nova them. This must be the primary target. They counter your Banshees, and the Banshees are your backbone. But, oh, here's the Nova. Here are the right clicks. That was well done. He overcommitted a little bit and put them too far to the front line. But the Panda is, of course, another good answer. Oh my. 1, 2, 3 Banshees down. And then the Knights clean up the Fiends. If you don't have possession against them. The Panda's working so well. Infi makes the Panda work so well. Not only for the push at early tier 2. But also in the late game fights. And now. This is a clean Infi game, man. This is unwinnable at this point. 1-0. His Banshees, he's an amazing player, but his Banshee skills in comparison are subpar. Just Infi putting on a clinic. The human practice has finally paid off. This is scary. Yeah, this is it. Mortar teams. I keep on telling you how amazing fragmentation shards are. This is a picture-perfect example of that. In the right spot, with the right damage uptime. This is just nutty. Lots of Knights hurt, but they can all be healed. He's always getting the perfect trade. Not the perfect trades, but very, very good trades. And Infi defeats 1-0. 4-1 in this show match. I am very impressed. I'm very impressed. Infi, he's just built differently. He's just built differently. So it was a big question after Stars War, what will happen? Is he going back to Orc? Is it Night Elf? What's it gonna be? It feels like Infi's human will be around for a bit. And that is great.